if we don't score that penalty, you probably could end up losing that game, because they obviously put a lot of pressure on, have a lot of good quality players. I mean, at their bench today, you look through some of the names that were on it, and you're thinking probably most of them would get in our first team. But we've gone there, we've been organised, we're getting that quality and difference makers on the pitch. And I mean, speaking of difference makers, I think it's fair to give a lot of credit to Harvey Saunders today as well, a player that I've been critical of. A lot of fans have been critical of, and for good reason at times. And I think he's held his hands up as well. But I thought today he was exactly what we needed. We were struggling to get out. He ran the channels. He got the centre half booked. He won the penalty with his effort and desire that we know. Like, you're going to get that from Harvey, and I think everyone respects him for his work rate, his endeavour. And today he's won that crucial penalty that has ultimately won us the game. So I hope he gets the credit and the sort of adulation as much as the others. There was so many great performances today as well. Obviously, Hawksy's put the penalty away and was great. I thought Regan was brilliant. I thought Chris Merry did great when he came on. Jordan Turnbull, another player who has taken a hell of a lot of stick, I thought was colossal in the centre of that defence today. As was Leo Connor, who just goes from strength to strength, doesn't he? But yeah, lots to be happy about.
Lots to put a smile on your face, which is nice, because I know some people have really struggled over the last few months listening to this podcast and having to put up with the negativity that we've had to reel off week after week. But today, that's definitely not the case, to the point where this felt like a proper Tranmere away day. And I don't think Tranmere have had many of them, certainly since COVID interrupted their flow in the 2019-20 season, when they just had those 3 away wins in a row, if people remember, against Blackpool, Accrington and Shrewsbury. Since then, away victories have been few and far between. Yeah, there was Wrexham last season. But this I think, feels like, for those who were there, a proper, enjoyable away day that it means something. And you could tell that by what we saw at the final whistle, which is the kind of scenes that we haven't seen at the final whistle all season, really. And I can see, as I'm describing it to you, Tom, that it's putting a smirk back on your face as well.
Yeah, them scenes at the end, isn't it? I mean, we said before we came on, it's got a lot of similarities to the Wrexham away game last year, isn't it? A team firing at the top, very heavily backed financially, in form, and we went there and beat them. And obviously the scenes at the end were brilliant. Today, I think, is more than that. I know Wrexham are a local rival, but this could be the pivotal game that keeps us in the Football League. We've opened up that gap. The players have taken a lot of stick, and again, some justifiable, some I think not all they're doing. But you can see what it means to them, and like the scenes at the end. I mean, there's the video, isn't there? Josh running over, giving it the fist pump. Then O'Connor comes and jumps on his back, and Finlay and what was it, Cam Norman, one of the other boys again, and you see what I've believed for a while, and I know a number of the players, and you can tell that they care. You can tell they've been hurting, but they ultimately just keep getting beat every week, so it doesn't show. But I think you saw today that it's a team that it has bollocks, it has leadership in there, it has the determination, and like them scenes at the end with when we scored, what the celebration was like, and then at the end, the crowd, the players, it's the bedrock of any successful team, isn't it? You think back to the period under Mickey, you think back to when this football club has been at its best, and it's amazing what Andy Crosby has been able to do in a very short space of time in bringing that together. And I appreciate results and that go hand in hand, and obviously a win today can only strengthen that. But yeah, the scenes at the end, I mean, look, I know Josh, and I know how tough that the last sort of 12 months have been for him. And there's been a lot of things thrown around. I thought you can see today the work rate, the passion, and that moment at the end. Like that's what football and sport is about, isn't it? Those moments. And as a football club, we want more of those. And I mean, hopefully in 12 months' time, we're doing these kind of ones, and we're challenging to go out the league at the top end. But it does feel like a big corner has been turned. And I think everyone who's there, everyone who's watched today, it's one of those sort of memorable Tranmere away days that will be talked about, because it could be so pivotal come the end of this season.